Alright guys, going to be doing a G.I. Joe Snow Serpent saber-tooth figure. I had some leftover milliput from another project, so I stuck it on there because I don't have any boots to put on him, so I'm just going to grind off the toenails there and then smooth this out, try and shape it into some kind of boot shape. I'm going to modify this collar to fit a little bit differently. I believe this is Gung Ho's backpack from G.I. Joe Classified. I'm going to modify that a little bit. This AK does fit in the side here. That's Action Force. This is also Action Force. This is a helmet from Gridiron Props that I cut the chin strap off of. Action Force, I think it's a med kit or something. And this is part of a head that I cut up from a Star Wars Stormtrooper Samurai. So I'm going to use that for the face mask. I know it's not exact, but I just think it would be kind of cool. I'm also going to have to make some kind of snowshoes if I can figure it out, and the rocket mortar launcher thing once I get farther along into the project. But just a quick peek at that, and once I do something else to this guy, I will film that as well. Thank you. Alright guys, quick update here. So I've went and put some milliput in the recesses of the body, because this is going to be like a baggy snowsuit kind of thing, so he's not really going to have muscles ripping through it. I haven't really done anything to the back yet, just because he's going to have a backpack on there, but I am going to smooth out some of those muscles some more. I've sanded them down a little bit, but what I'm going to do now, since this is where I have like the majority of the big cracks filled in, I still need to put a little bit in right there, but I'll do that in the next step. So I'm going to put just a light coat of primer on it right now, and that's going to bring out all the definitions and any like little weird cracks I may have in here from sculpting it on. So once I get that on, I can see where everything kind of looks, because it'll be a uniform color, and then I can put some more milliput on. I also filled in the pinholes. So after I prime it, maybe I'll take a quick shot of that, and then some more sculpting. Alright, quick update. So I'm working on the boots. So I put this like tread around it. You got to do some more shaping. See, there's a little bit of a gap there. I'll fill all that in, but I wanted to get that on and hard first because it was a pain. Filled in some more gaps in the back here. All this will get sanded and smoothed out like the front, and I might hit it with a little bit of primer just so everything's all the same color, so when I go to do the base coat it'll all match. Once I get the boots done a little bit, I may put some details on the chest here. I gotta look at the reference to see if there's like excuse me, a zipper or something in there. I went ahead and painted that. This is going to get modified too. That goes over there. The backpack I modified. It'll go in this way. I cut those tabs off the side, and then I'm going to put a couple magnets in here. I got if I can grab them. A bunch of these magnets. So I'll put 2 in the backpack, and then I'll put 2 in the missile I made. I spent yesterday making this. And this moves. So this just has to get primed and painted. And then with magnets it'll stick on the side like that. These clips here, I'm going to leave those on because the gun fits in them perfect. If I had 2 hands I'd show you, but it does clip in there with no modifications, so I'll have that in there. This bottom part, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I considered making ski poles because I am going to make the snowshoes for him. Probably just going to glue them onto the feet. That way I don't have to use a figure stand. But I was thinking about making some ski poles, maybe seeing if they would fit in there. I may have to double stack and glue them or something, but thought about putting them in there, but they'd stick out really extra wide around the body, and I think that would kind of look weird and be a little difficult on the shelf. So I don't know if I'm going to leave this or just cut that off. I'm not sure yet. The head I still have to fit on the neck ball and paint that. Helmet, it's been primed, I just have to paint it. And then once I do some sculpting on the back of the head to fill these gaps in, I'll glue the helmet on. Prime that. That'll be the parachute that goes on the front. I'm going to have to build a strap for that. I should have some strap laying around. I did prime this. It's going to get painted. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to cut these tabs off here where the pouches were. Probably just end up gluing that parachute onto that. These I had considered cutting off and putting on the thighs because he does have those. I do have other ones on the way I may just stick on, or I just may make some out of some green stuff and just lay them on flat instead of something big and bulgy popping out. Because if I cut these off, then I'll have a gap that I'll have to fill in with the strap and try and replicate all that somehow. I think I test fitted this one time and it is a little tight, so I may have to add a little piece of strap. I'm not exactly sure. I'll figure that out once it gets closer to the end. But that's just a quick update of what I got going on. As I get more, I will update you. Thank you. Alright guys, it's been a couple seconds for you. It's been about a week and a half or so for me. In the meantime, I had totally forgot to do some updates along the way, so let's go over a few things. So this dude has, it's probably hard to see because I'm directly under a light, but there's several coats of gray on here, different tones in different spots. Did some pre-shading and then hit it with a little bit of translucent white, and I glued the collar on. I had to do a little filling around the edges so that there wasn't any gaps in there. This harness is from Valiverse, from the Trigger figure, and I glued it in place and I just cut it around the hood so it looks like it goes underneath the hood, comes back out over here. This is all glued on. I can't remember if that was in the last video, but I just textured that the best I could based off the figure. The straps here that come around the back, I gotta do a little touch up there. Those are actually part of the handle from these pouches. I did have to do a little filling in the sides. But these pouches are from Marauder gun runners. They are satchels, I believe, for the World War II Japanese guys. So I sanded down the thighs a little flatter, got them to sit as flush as I could, and then just put a little bit of putty in there. That one looks kind of crappy, but too late now. There are some smaller patches that go on his chest. I chose to not do those because it would have made these stick out and be gapped along the sides, and just didn't feel like dealing with all that. What else on him? Obviously the blue paint. I think that's about it for him. The rocket I made out of a bunch of stuff. I think I may have done an update on this, but I think my camera ate it. Not exactly sure. But it does have magnets. Those magnets will go on the backpack. Right there. The AK does fit in the side there. The AK's Valverse with the removable magazine, but I did glue the magazine in. This has just some gray paint, same as the rocket. Then zoom in here a little bit. These snowshoes, I made those out of some styrene sheet and I don't even know what it's called. It's some stuff that you use for, you weave yarn in and out of it to make pictures. So what I did is I put his foot on there, I traced around the foot, and then I just eyeballed a dimension that looked big enough to not look weird, but not too wide that whenever I glue them to the bottom of his feet, that he's not going to be bow-legged. And then that's his face, or the head I should say. And I think I did say that this is a Gridiron Studios helmet with the chin strap cut off, and obviously that's a Snow Trooper head, gloss black flat eyes. My battery's about to die, so let me put some stuff together here real quick. Be right back. Alright, so I stuck them together real quick. The head isn't glued on yet. That just gives you an idea of what he's going to look like. There. And like I said, that's just held on with magnets, and it is stout. And then once I glue his feet on to those, you can kind of get an idea of what that'll look like once they're glued on. And that's basically it. Right now I'm going to do another coat of paint, like an iridescent pearly kind of white, because I want it to look like he's got a little bit of a frost on him, and then I may sprinkle some snow on him or something, just for something different. So stay tuned for the next update. Alright guys, final product here. I'm shooting in one of my display cases in the office. Workshop was just too cold. So what I've done is I put a super light, like a white pearl, dusting over the figure, so you can see on the face it's a little shiny. If you were to see this in person, it would have a little bit of a sheen to it, like on the feet, things like that. Let me see if I can Zoom in. Get this freaking. See, there's a little bit of like a sparkly shine to it. What I wanted it to look like was like if there's a little bit of frost on it, you know, like the hood of your car can get sometimes. The eyes are a flat clear over a flat black. Goggles, I put a flat clear with a little bit of gloss clear on it, just to give it a little reflection. And then everything else, you can see here with the snow. I did also find this like ice axe thing. I know it's not original to the character, but I thought it was cool and he needed something like that. Snowshoes. So the snow I just put on with some PVA glue and sprinkled some just like white sand. I think I found at the dollar store or something like that. So let me zoom this back out and we'll do like a 360 kind of thing. Alright. So there is the, I guess it's like a sickle, but I'm using it for like an ice axe. And I think that came from Valaverse maybe. So I put some snow on top of that and the rifle, you know, just like he's walking and snow had fallen on top of it. I did do the same thing. I painted the handle gray, left the blade part black, and then I did the translucent white, dabbed it with a little bit of that pearl, some glue and some snow. So the rocket, you can see there, is held on by those magnets and it's pretty stout. That thing's not going anywhere. So let's finish spinning this dude around. I did the same thing on the backpack, some snow on there. And the gun. I could have added a little bit more snow there, but whatever, you get the idea. Back him up a little bit. This just pops off. The backpack still comes off as well. And then we can pose that. Now I was going to make the rocket detachable, like you could actually launch it, but there's really no need to. I would never do it anyway. This is just going to sit on a shelf. The snow was debatable, but I had this stuff and I thought it would just look kind of cool, make them stand out a little different. And oops, where are the magnets? There they are. Pop that back on, and that's basically it. He's still 100% posable. I don't have any problems with that. But that'll be it for this dude. Thanks for watching.